have two recipients, and I have the distinct honor of presenting to you our first recipient today. Maybe this award should be called the Lifetime Contribution or Service Award, because that's really what it's about, contributions that one of these individuals has made to this industry. He's a veteran of the United States Army. He has served his country, I think during the Vietnam era. Not all of us went, but Rusty did, and he served proudly and honorably. His career is a model career. When he got out of the military, he ended up as a vice president with the Aetna Insurance Company, vice president of American General Life, and that's where I got to know him. He's owned an agency in Victoria, Texas, and he's a partner in an agency in Amarillo, Texas. A big part of his career came about in 2011 in League City, where he made past president Holly Gandy Donohue. Now, and Rusty it's always been a service to him. When he was vice president of American General, it was very important that you belong to NAIFA. I know it was mandatory. That's why my contract and my membership is the same date. And I was a junior in college and they didn't care. I was gonna join and pay dues. And Rusty was one of the biggest supporters. He and Jim Turp and Woody Woodson, guys that he served with, they were the executive part of American General Life, and they always supported NALU. His industry involvement, he's been a member of NALU, or NAIFA, since the beginning. He's been a local president 3 times, 2 different associations. Victoria, or is it Gulf Coast or Victoria? Victoria? Victoria. And the Amarillo Association. He served on the TALU board and went through the chairs. He was president in 93, 94, and as you heard earlier, he's a legacy, and he left a legacy. His brother was John Donohue, was president from 71 to 72, and Rusty from 93 to 94, and Holly from 2018 to 2019. I will be ever indebted to him, and so should you. In my president year of 1987 and 88, we had 9,003 members. We went over 9,000 members that year. Rusty was the state membership chair when we went over 9,000 members. Rodney, I'm sticking to the script.
Please do.
I've never known him to miss a day on the Hill in Austin, Texas. I've never known him to, I think he's been most, if not all, the congressional conferences in Washington, D.C., and I'll expect to see him there on May 22nd through 24th. He's a lifetime member of the Texas Leaders Roundtable. He's a lifetime member of the $1 Million Roundtable, and during his production years, he qualified for Court of the Table. He's always been involved in his community and his church. He's been a mentor and a supporter of many. I know some guys in Colorado that have been members of the association since they were in college, just like I was, and he always had our back. I'm particularly indebted to him because several years back, about 20 years ago, TLRT gave an Outstanding Achievement Award, or I think was the name of it. All I know, there's a big plaque hanging in my office, and it has his name on it because he was the one that nominated me, and he was the one that provided the script for that plaque. And so Rusty's been there during the good days, not so good days, when I was in an agency and I was miserable. Rusty was the one that made sure I got to go get my own office. And then when I had to make one of my toughest career decisions, it was Rusty that advised me. He offered me a vice president's job at American General, and he applauded me when I said no. He said I had to move to Houston. No problem with Houston. It's just that Nacogdoches is the largest town I've ever lived in, and I just didn't want to get outside of my comfort zone. He's a legend in the industry. He has a great family, and his sister, Sharon, is with us today, and Russ Jr. is with us today. Tammy, his daughter, could not be. She's dealing with some health issues, and I would respectfully ask you to keep Rusty and his family, and particularly Tammy, in your prayers. She is dealing with some health issues, and she's going to lick this battle. She's a tough young lady. She comes from a tough daddy. So if you will join me in honoring I'll get the word out in a minute, Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. Rusty Donohue.